It's beautiful out here. Look at that. This is Chandos Lake, beautiful part of the world. I was born and raised about 10 miles from here on a small farm. Very fond memories of this area. I did not want to name the company after myself or my co-founder because it was about the people in it. I knew then that I wanted to create a company that would last forever.
What I did is I interviewed Dan and asked him, in his opinion, what are the most important keys to success? And he came up with 4 criteria. Teamwork, working smart, and making sure that after the project, the customer is an advocate of Chandos.
Teamwork was extremely important.
The question over time became, how do we grow and how do we keep it healthy? How do we keep it durable? And how do we make sure that we're creating a great experience for our employees and for our customers?
Take a chance. Be bold. That's how you push ahead.
Yeah. Innovation is critical. And for innovation to occur, you have to have an organization where it's safe to try things.
You got to be looking for new business opportunities. You got to be looking for new ways to develop your staff and let them move ahead.
What we spent the last few years doing is establishing a footprint across the country. And now we have that footprint in place, and now it's just starting to build up.
I think in 10 years, Chandos will be top 5 in the country.
Definitely.
It's imagination and it's belief in yourself that will take us there.
I started with Chandos 27 years ago when I was 18 years old. I've seen a lot of changes throughout the years. When I started, we were one office. I don't think I could ever imagined what the company would turn into from my first days starting with the organization. And then being able to see it grow and expand to Calgary, expand to Red Deer, then out west and out east, it's been quite a journey.
When I started the company, we had $50 million in revenue. If we were still the same size, I probably would have moved on probably 15 years ago because I would have hit a ceiling. Having the company continue to grow has allowed for opportunities. It's very important that we provide that same opportunity to the next generation of employees.
I think there's a parallel between my own personal story and Chandos over the years. I've reinvented myself probably 6 or 7 times in this organization. I've always felt that I performed at the highest level when I was unsure if I could do the next thing. And that's very complementary with the culture of continuous improvement that Chandos has. This ethos of try and try again and fail and pick yourself up and try, that's driven the organization forward over the years. And frankly, it's driven my career forward over the years.
I've been with Chandos going on 24 years. And I was not in the construction industry. I was in the real estate development business. And so I was a customer of commercial general contractors. And what intrigued me about the construction industry was that there was this gap between what the customers were really looking for and what the industry was geared to deliver. And I thought that if we could close that gap and really have an intense customer focus, instead of just a technical focus on construction, a needs-satisfying focus on how we fit into the industries that we served, I thought if we could close that gap, there would be a huge opportunity. And there was.
Shared leadership sounds new and different, but it's not new and different. One of the first things that Tom brought into the organization was this idea of team-based management. So we've been using team-based management for 25 years. So for us to do shared leadership as a succession process when Tom started to make a transition, it just made sense all day long. I would say employees should expect no change. It's been part of the DNA of this organization for 25 years.
We've been practicing shared leadership for many, many years. Tim, Sean, and I work really well together. We have very tough discussions at times, but what we find when we do that, we come up with a better decision.
I think one of the things that has always kept me here is the excitement of what could Tim, Roger, and I do as leaders of the organization to empower this business to be great. I have so much comfort in the areas that they're taking on that I don't have to waste energy on it. It enables me to focus on my area. And then if they have comfort in me, then they can focus on their areas. That's freeing, because who can be an expert in everything?
Teamwork is integral here at Chandos. We don't have any lone wolves. We have an open door policy. Everybody works together as a team to accomplish one goal.
You know, a big part of the Chandos team is having a voice. They actually empower you to make decisions, and they support you.
I really value being part of a team that wants to do better and wants to be better. So we are encouraging one another to make improvements, to bring out the best in one another, and that I find to be a very positive environment.
Our ideas come from every level of this company, and we've had some of the best ideas that'll percolate up from our field teams, from our project management teams, from our shared services teams. You don't just open one door and that's where all the ideas sit. It's behind every door.
We're a construction company. At the end of the day, we build buildings, and the real work happens on the site, in the office trailers, by our carpenters, our laborers, our superintendents, and without them, none of us would be here. So by making their job easier, that's where the real satisfaction is.
I'm inspired by and excited by the collaborative construction piece. I think it's going to really change the face of construction. It's going to help us build more sustainably. It's going to make jobs more enjoyable, and owners are going to get better product at the end of the day. And that transformation is happening right now.
Being part of a company that is on the forefront of any new technology or any new ways of delivering our projects is pretty exciting. To hear from our industry partners, to hear from our clients, and to hear from even our competitors that they couldn't believe that, you know, construction can be done this way, our innovative way, is something to definitely be proud of.
We're known nationally as the IPD contractor. We're number one in the country by far. When you think about IPD, it is, you know, a great example of adapting to what the market wanted, even though our industry was not providing what the market wanted. Today, either built or being built or in planning, my understanding is, you know, we're over $2 billion in the country. So this is just a magnificent story, and Chandos is right at the forefront. Not only is the number one in Canada, but also the organization that's been responsible for creating an entire industry movement.
It's always hard to take a risk, and it's always hard to admit when you've made a mistake. So one of the things we've been trying for years here is do something we actually called celebrating your mistake. So get it out loud, talk about it as a group, figure out what happened, figure out how we improved it, figure we learned about it, and then try and disseminate it through all the districts to share from those learnings.
Make sure that you make mistakes, but make sure that we learn from mistakes as we go. It's another way of falling forward, right? You're gonna make those mistakes, but you need to be able to build off those. That culture is just instilled in every single person here, and I think that's what makes us really great.
Oh, I feel that this place provides people with endless opportunity. First of all, we are growing very quickly. We've never been more successful than we are now. And we have really positive growth trajectory ahead of us. So if you are someone who, you know, fits the culture, who wants to grow and be better, there are endless opportunities.
I started as a receptionist and worked my way up to being the proposal coordinator for the district. And I think with the leadership and them empowering me and the motivation, I'm not going to stop here. I know that there's more opportunities for me to grow within this organization, so the future is extremely exciting for me.
Whether I was a laborer or a co-op student, they treated me like I was a full-time employee, right? It was never, oh, you're just a student and, you know, do this work and go home at 4:30, right? It was like, if you want to work here and work hard, then the sky's your limit.
If someone has the ambition to learn and grow and develop as a professional in the construction industry, there is no company in Canada that can hold a candle to Chandos. Chandos has established itself clearly as the most collaborative and innovative construction firm in this country. And that creates the environment where people can fulfill that ambition to learn and grow and develop. So there's no question in my mind that Chandos is the best place to do that.
The employee ownership model that we have really gets
owners at all levels of our company. And we're already in a business where you have something tangible at the end of your work. You have a building or a renovation or something that you can drive by with your kids or your family and say, you know, I was a part of that. And then the employee ownership model takes it to another level where you really have pride in what you're doing because you're working obviously for your own benefit, but also to the benefit of the person working beside you.
Chandos is vastly different from any company I've ever worked for. And one thing that really stands out personally is the way that they value their people. They notice potential and they'll give you all the support you need to reach that potential.
There are no egos. Most people within the company leave their title at the door. Everybody's prepared to roll up their sleeves and do what it takes to make the company successful. I believe Chandos has the teamwork and intelligence to continue winning in this industry.
If something's bugging you, fix it and share it with the company. So because of that, it has allowed and enabled people to make changes, to make suggestions, to make the company better. It's more engaging as an employee if you don't have to come in and just follow all the rules exactly. That lean culture, I think, has embodied what we sort of were, and it's helped us grow into a company that has processes and procedures but allows for creativity, which is amazing.
Let's try it out. If it doesn't work, let's try another way. And if it doesn't work, let's try another one. It encourages our people to keep coming up with new ideas when you know you're never going to be shut down. But, you know, we're always going to give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, we're going to listen to your next idea.
The DNA of Chandos is to find a way to constantly improve. And that is our business, that is our people, that is our process, that is everything. So when you can lay out a path on how to achieve that, people buy in and they are very supportive.
Chandos is contributing to building a better world, I think, through being a leader in the B Corp certification. We embrace it and we also support and push our trades to do the same by giving back to the community.
Yes, we want to win, we want to do good, we want to build our company, but the bottom line purpose is we want to build a better world, and we want to do that in a way that helps our communities. We want to do that in a way that helps our environment.
Chandos, the one thing that really sets them aside from any other employer that I've had is the diversity across the organization. We have all different kinds of people from all different walks of life, and it's that element of diversity that's really going to bring us into the forefront in the construction industry.
The values that come with B Corp are very, very aligned to Chandos with the inclusion and diversity and equity and sustainability. That's what Chandos does on a day-to-day basis.
Last year, we diverted 80% of our waste away from landfills. That's a lot of waste every year.
We were doing social procurement before social procurement became mainstream.
Us investing in social responsibility, environmental targets, obviously, you know, at-risk youth, like there's a lot of different things that we can do in our communities. I view that as a differentiator that others will eventually follow, and it's great to be in front of it. If we can be that example, it's going to shift the industry and all the good things that can be accomplished by a movement rather than just a single company is going to be quite exciting.
Team, just because, you know, it is a lot of folks pulling in the same direction, really supporting each other.
Rewarding, because everything that we do every day, there's always an outcome to it. And even goes down to being employee-owned, 100% employee-owned. People on site are getting that instant reward by building something that they can call their own.
Better. Our culture is better. The way we work with our clients is better. The way that we deliver is better. The way that we are innovative is better. There's just so many ways, and I truly believe that, and I live it daily, and I know that we are better.
Energetic. Chandos is a fairly young company with lots of young new leaders, full of energy. People are encouraged to try new things, and I just feel lots of energy around me, which I find very positive.
When you three think about the challenges ahead, what is it that is important to focus on in your leadership of the organization to make sure that we can overcome those challenges?
We're trying to make sure that our leadership teams are
building a structure where there's capacity, right? You can't grow without capacity. So we are constantly trying to make sure that that structure is in front of our growth and that there's capacity within the system to focus on making the business great.
We're concerned about maintaining our culture. So by having districts work together and share resources and visit each other's offices and sites, its ability to continue to spread that culture and make sure we're all aligned.
A big piece of what has gotten us to where we're at is this entrepreneurial spirit. So I think one of the really important things from a cultural standpoint is to make it clear that we don't reward our people for blind adherence to process. We reward them for reinventing the process, making it more efficient, and optimizing the process.
And that gets back to what Sean was saying. People join us because they've been disempowered.
Exactly.
And told what to do, take away the thinking, take away that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah,
we can't lose that.
So I think we're just getting started on diversity, inclusion, Indigenous, community engagement, social procurement. And I think those things are things that are difficult and hard and scare most of our competitors. And I think if we can be really good at that, we can create differentiation like we've never created before.
It is clear to me that the prospects for Chandos are better than they've ever been. Starting 4 years ago, we built a national footprint. So we are not growing from the Alberta area and then going out into other markets and doing things on the rare occasion. We have a national footprint. We have built foundation in 7 districts across this country. And we also have the leading position in the entire country on integrated project delivery. We are the only certified B Corp. So we are distinct and different and an outlier from our competition in things that are very important to the world right now: collaboration and social purpose. And we're continuing to build on that. So we've built the platform across 7 districts, and now those districts have the tools and the people and the culture and the infrastructure to start growing. So I think our prospects are clearly better than they've ever been. And our positioning for growth and for achieving the next steps, the work has been done. We're ready to take off.